There, I pinged him.
Okay, I was just waiting on you, Bacon. Are you all set, Bacon?
I'm all set and ready to go.
For the Emperor!
I'm watching Twitch. It doesn't seem to be doing anything yet.
It's on a delay.
I have to go through at least 5 satellites.
Way.
7 proxies, mate. 7 proxies.
Shush.
The tech press will never find you.
Whimsy does not have an icon on the Twitch stream.
Well,
Yeah, man. It's because I prize my anonymity, and also because there's only about 3 people living in New Zealand, so they'll be onto me pretty quick.
Hey, look, how else am I going to be streaming this battle for Armageddon, like, off-world? I've got to have at least 7 proxies.
Do you have a licensing rights to the Battle of Armageddon?
Look.
Oh.
You're probably
Or is it like a
secret
pay-per-view?
tech priest, so I'm out.
Who's the tech priest? We need your expertise here.
Actually, I forgot to do one last thing. I gotta send Bacon the token that I made. There you go. Bam. All right. Let me know when you're all good and ready with that, Bacon.
I mean, just go for it. It'll be up in a second. There we go. Is that acceptable? Gonna assume not.
Hold on, guys. I got something I gotta take care of real quick.
Okay.
Like a Messiah's like in the middle.
Is my microphone not picking up?
We hear you.
We picked up a giggle. Don't hear anything now.
I'm trying not to off topic. Mess got like DM Rathiana.
Let's keep all our off-topic shenanigans to text, maybe on the Discord.
That was the plan.
Because there's going to be a lot of it, you know.
So are you ready to go, Mess?
I'm just waiting for. I didn't catch who it was that left, but when they come back, we're ready to go.
Yeah, because I heard someone's dog bark. I think someone.
We could do that thing that we used to do, Mess.
What thing? There was a lot of things. Some of them I can't speak of.
Admit nothing.
You do that in roll. That's not how that works. You do that in roll 20 or something like that.
What is that?
It's just an X, and you can be like, I'm here and ready.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just throw an X when you're in and ready.
If you have a random symbol next to X, you are acceptable. Kel, you're fired.
I don't have letters. Oh, that's
what if our keyboard key is broken? We have to spell it out phonetically.
The whimsies are multiplying.
They keep growing.
He called.
Yeah, we've reproduced by cell division.
He now represents the entire population of New Zealand.
He is the entire population of New
I
Zealand.
think we're missing Sin in roll 20, but everybody's here in Discord.
No, Faith Paste posted.
I'm totally there.
Oh, is Faith Sin? Okay.
Yep, Faith is Synapse. That's the character name.
Okay. Could we all do the thing that myself and Colas have done with our Roll20 nicknames?
Ah, I see.
Okay, I'm here. Sorry about that.
Did I not already do that?
Oh, no, you did. You came off his face.
Okay, we're gonna get started then.
Not the thing in the chat synapse, but if you look to the left at the nicknames of people.
Yeah, I like Messiah's one, you know? It looks like a dark Sith.
How did you do that? Oh, just
Oh, I don't know how to change that.
Oh, there's a little cog symbol on your upper right corner of Roll20. Click on that, you'll see your display name, and then you can change it whatever you feel like.
There we go. Just Rick left.
It's hard to get a sigh every time I need to type my character's name.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Corporal Solar Steel Freyon. You find yourself standing in the Valkyrie Bay, flying en route to your next battle zone. Alongside you, Sergeant Russell and the rest of the boys are getting ready for a grav shoot insertion. The sounds of battle, once distant, grow ever nearer. Alongside you stands a commissar that's managed to be assigned to this particular Valkyrie in this particular drop. You can hear the war horns of enemy Gargants and Titans in the distance, alerting you to imminent arrival. Do you have any thoughts or feelings at this time?
I am looking over my my gear at this time. Final checks and preparations.
And that's due to your training. The others are doing similar. Final checks, making sure secure lines and repel lines are in good working shape despite having checked it twice, triple times before. Satchels, pouches, ammo. The commissar is the only one who you really don't know anything about. A last minute addition to your tried and tested crew. Galahad. In reverse, you find yourself surrounded by strangers. Men and women you've never seen before and never worked before. What are your feelings of this current situation?
Galahad will look across the Valkyrie, trying to see if any of the soldiers among her are shaken or otherwise unfit for duty.
Well, everyone here is currently donning their armor. From a visual perspective, you can't read their faces behind their carapace-sealed helmets. There's no outward signs of tapping or fidgeting that would indicate to you that anyone is nervous. If there had been anyone of such soft skin and easily shattered nerves, they would have not survived this far into the campaign.
Then she will stand among them and slowly walk around them and say, "Guardsmen, soldiers of the Astra Militarum, it is clear to me that all of you have skin of steel, that all of you are ready for the fight that is upcoming. I pray to the Emperor, and I pray with all of you that I shall see each and every last of you at the end of the oncoming storm. But know this, if you do not fight with absolute vigour and determination, you shall not join the Emperor on the other side."
Before you can finish, there's a loud careening noise.
Do you hear that, guardsmen? That is death that we approach. Die well in his name, and you shall die a good death. She ends her speech.
The horns are growing closer. The Valkyrie Bay starts to open its rear ramp. Decompression sucking the wind out. You're prepared for your graft chute insertion. Below you, you witness a sea of green against the ash wastes that surround Helsreach, the hive you're intended to bolster its support with the reinforcements. Of the original Valkyries that have left, very few remain. This was something you were unaware of in your preparation, a secret kept by the pilots, who knew better to share and cause fear amongst your ranks. Titans of the Legio Invigilata march to intercept the god machines of the foul Xeno orcs. The beams are cascading throughout the sky, coalescing and exploding, warping the environment around, but apparently making no dent or halt in the ranks of the enemy. Final thoughts for both Steele and Galahad.
You first?
I'm giving you... Yep, go ahead.
No, you first, go.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Solar will just look out to the sky, look back down, and give a silent prayer to those who have fallen before standing up, hot shot in hand, ready to commence his jump.
And Galahad will follow without fear, raising her power axe forward, gesturing to the rest of them to follow.
Now, at this time, I'll give you both a passive awareness test. Not a passive. Yes, passive. At DN3.
You might have to explain how to do this fangled roll system that I've never touched before.
Passive awareness, I believe, is just your awareness divided by 2.
Yeah, there's a thing for it.
Yep, so that's gonna form your dice pool, which thanks to the sheet, you just really have to hit that roll button.
Where am I looking?
And you wanna get 3 or more icons.
Yeah, it's going to be hard, though. I don't think many of us will have the amount necessary.
It's possible if you roll 6s.
Actually, now that I understand that a little better, let's just make it an actual awareness test. And Solar, I kind of clicked your passive awareness by mistake. I'm going to fix that. There you go. Go ahead. Use your actual awareness.
Are there any roll mods or bonus die or anything like that?
Not at the moment.
I just have poop luck. I think Bacon got it?
It's a very
There
complicated
was
box.
DN3, and you both only had 2.
Oh.
Okay.
We get a point of glory though.
You don't get glory unless you succeed.
Yeah, you have to succeed to get the glory.
Oh really? Even if it's wrath? Okay, my bad.
As far as I'm aware, but I might be hazy. Sin, you want to
Oh,
verify
you're
that for
right.
me?
You're right.
Okay. Okay, so Galahad, Steel, for a moment, your attention is taken off of the battlefield and instead upwards and skywards. Falling, breaking through the clouds, you see what appears to be power-armored men falling from the sky. They're caught in a haze of return fire, trying to prevent their arrival. And it's this brief moment that makes you miss the incoming blast that strikes against your Valkyrie. Everything starts crashing around you. You're bouncing. Galahad, Steel, you're no longer in the Valkyrie. You're free falling in the sky. And don't worry, this isn't a fall damage situation.
Well, I have a graph shoot anyway, so.
Yeah.
Galahad is going to, through the gushing air that's rushing past her, try to engage her Vox speed and go, Steel, can you hear me?
He confirms back, yes, I can, ma'am.
I need you to tell me if your squad has been successful in exiting the Valkyrie. Can you do a head count?
Solar quickly, radio to try to Vox hail all the rest of the squad members that he cannot see in the air around him.
And as you're waiting for them, one name after another name, suddenly, you're smacked on the side, tumbling sideways into each other. You can make a DN4 awareness test now to figure out what hit you.
What's DN for?
Difficulty 4 means you have to make a check. You have to make 4 icons in order for it to pass.
You need 4 successes, yeah. So roll awareness and hope you get 4.
I apparently suck at rolls.
So what's a success on
That
this
was
chart? Is
a
it
major
skull?
success.
That was a good success, Bacon.
I don't understand it.
Yeah,
Okay, so the 8 there.
So you can take one of those exalted icons and get yourself a glory from it, because you don't need it to pass the check. The wings or the glory for the exalted icons.
The sounds of war are coming rushing close. You're coming closer to the ground, and as you're spinning out of control, free falling, the graph shoots igniting, trying to reestablish your positions. Let's see who actually passed.
Bacon did.
Bacon, Galahad, you're briefly able to fix your eyes on orcs with these giant rockets upon their backs, screeching in the air, belching out black clouds of smoke. One of them must have careened right into you. Before you're able to correct your course, you and Steel briefly notice the arm of a giant gargant coming up, rising to meet you, to smack you aside like gnats out of its way. There's nothing you can do to stop this. But in that moment, everything turns black, dimming out. You have entered Helsreach.
Holy shit.
And in that moment, between that happening and present, you have to imagine your characters experiencing vivid visions of, like, flashbacks of their lives in what happened in the last few weeks. The speeches, the conflicts, losing your battle brothers, unlikely alliances. But of all those speeches, one seems to rush to the fore.
Brothers and sisters, a legion of beggars and alien dregs wheezes its way across the plains. Forgive me when the moment comes that they whine and weep against our walls. Forgive me that I must order you to waste ammunition upon their worthless bodies. I have heard many souls speak my name in whispers since I came to Helsreach. I ask you now, do you know me? Do you know me? Yes! I am Grimaldus of the Black Templars, a brother to the Steel Legions of this defiant world. Never again in life will your actions carry such consequence. Never again will you serve as you serve now. No duty will matter as much, and no glory will taste as true. We are the defenders of Helsreach. On this day, we carve our legend in the flesh of every alien we slay. Will you stand with me? Yes! Sons and daughters of the Imperium, our blood is the blood of heroes and martyrs. The Xenos dare defile our city. They dare tread the sacred soil of our world. We will throw their bodies from these walls when the final day dawns. This is our city. This is our world. Say it, cry it out, so the bastards in orbit will hear our fury. Run, alien dogs. Come to me. Come to us all. Come and die in blood and fire. For the Templars. For the Steel Legion. For Helsreach. Louder. They cannot hear you, brothers. Hurl yourselves at these walls in human filth. Die in our blades. I am Grimaldus of the Black Templars and will cast your carcasses from these holy walls.
Steel, Galahad, the speech that so vividly came back to your four of your memories, inspiring as it was wrong. It's their city. It's their world. Now you begin to stir. You believe you hear voices. You think someone says, "They're not alive, leave them." But just barely. If you open your eyes, you're greeted to sight of adepts of the Mechanicus standing over your bodies. And this is where we'll introduce everyone else. Is everyone still with me?
Yep.
Yeah. Following that.
Yep.
Okay. So obviously I'm referring to Psy and Atticus, who are standing in the fore, and behind them will be everyone else.
Galahad is going to blink and look very unsure of these individuals. And we'll try to get to her feet defensively.
Atticus will step forward and say, "You seem to have misplaced your landing zone. Are either of you functionally impaired?"
Builder kind of shakes his head a little bit and says, "I think I'm good."
Likewise, I seem to be without injury.
I silently hold out a hand to help them to their feet.
I take it and pull myself up.
Gadriel smashes into the ground from being in the air and looks around. Doesn't say anything, just sizes you up.
And who is it that myself and Steele have the pleasure of meeting?
I am Chaplain Gadriel of the Blood Angels.
It is an honor, my lord. A true sanctimonious moment to be in the presence of such a revered elder of the chapter.
Steele bows a bit and says, "As well, my lord."
Save the platitudes. You will need your strength.
And the rest?
Atticus Octal 12 of the Legio Metallica.
This one's designation is Cyanide Nominal.
And you? The one over there?
We're part of the 73rd Self-Defense Militia. So, she sort of tries to sidle back into the background upon seeing the commissar's uniform, mostly, knowing that nothing good comes of people dressed like that.
Don't you have devotee as well?
Yes. So basically, it is a bunch of fanatically devoted defense militia members. They're not particularly good, but they think she's a hero. So let's pull advantage of that to put them in the line of fire.
I like this guy.
Regardless of your origins in this war, it is a pleasure to fight beside you, and the rest of you who have greeted yourselves. What is the current situation? Where did we land?
In the meantime, Atticus is going to take a couple steps back and start using his auspex to see if there's anything dangerous in the area.
Solar just says, "By the Emperor, I never thought I'd have a landing that hard."
For anybody who doesn't know, Messiah's giving people clues in the text chat.
Ah, right, okay, right.
Is this Helsreach?
What it remains of it.
So the walls have fallen.
Along with many of the god machines. Storm Herald itself has come down.
By the Emperor.
Atticus makes the sign of the cog and mutters some prayers.
I have heard of the legends of Storm Herald.
Never have we failed so utterly in our defense.
What of the guard?
I fear, Steel, that there are very few guard remaining within Helsreach.
I have a feeling, ma'am, that you are right. If the mighty god machines themselves have fallen so greatly, I fear for my company and my regiment.
But please, to the rest of you, we must make haste. Is there a rallying point that we can retreat to? Any signs of resistance that we can bolster? Surely, yourself, Cadriel, you may have an option. Any contingency bases?
There is one near Storm Herald. We must reach it as quickly as possible to help with the defense. I have lost enough battle brothers today.
We have all lost too much this day. The orcs will know our vengeance.
The orcs will not know our vengeance. They will know the vengeance of the Emperor.
Then let us pray that we will not lose each other in these dark times. Let's move.
I blast up into the air, maybe 70 feet, just to take a look around, see what I can see.
Okay, sorry, I was muted. Cadriel, you rise into the air, and with your vantage point, you're able to see that through the massive hole that's in the hive wall that allowed Galahad and Steel to plummet where they have. The orcs are erecting a multitude of ramshackle ladders, being just as quickly built as they are being erected. And within a few short minutes, perhaps no more than 5, they'll reach the top and begin spilling into the corridor to where you're currently found yourself in a sanctuary-esque position.
And at the same time, Atticus reports that he's detecting incoming bodies. The edge of his aspect train.
So let me see if I understand. Are we outside the walls or inside the walls?
You're partially inside the walls where a hole has been created.
And the orcs are about to start streaming through this hole.
Yes.
We have incoming. They will breach the wall imminently. We must either run or find a way to stop them.
Well, look, there's a lot of orcs out there, and only a few of us here. We are strong, and we have the will of the Emperor behind us. You guys with the clarifications of their willingness to fight and their lack of cowardice and so on and so forth. But perhaps a tactical retreat where we can gather our forces and defend us and strike back at the hated Xenos might be in order. And the sycophants sort of start up a chorus of agreement.
The tech priest reports that any chance of surviving the onrushing horde is likely to be negligible.
Then perhaps before we can retreat, we should find a way to halt their advance. Perhaps, if any of us have explosives, we can create some kind of blockage in this street so that they divert elsewhere.
Yeah, Tris, so I'm going to say point of play here. Scum can do like a flashback requisition for a thing as their ability.
Yes, they have.
It's possible to flashback for like a lot of explosives, or at least a reasonable amount of explosives given the circumstance.
Yeah, I believe so. I don't have it right in front of me, but if you give me a second, I'll just double check.
Atticus, can you find us a weak point in the wall so we can collapse it? At least vary some of their number.
I will put all my efforts to do so. He would start fine-tuning his auspex, looking for structural weaknesses in the wall.
What kind of a check would that be? Just tech?
I would assume tech.
Okay, just to re-clarify, you wanted to use your tech use skill to determine a weak point in the wall to collapse it.
Yeah, collapse part of it to fill in the hole that we're in. We don't want to like bring the whole thing down. We just want to stop them temporarily.
So you want to collapse part of the higher part of the hole to bring it down, is what you're saying?
Anything that would look likely to stop the orcs getting in mass numbers, whether that's above it or below it or whatnot.
Well, I imagine if you do it below it, you're going to make it easier for them to spill in.
Fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just try to blow a piece off the very top of the wall so it kind of falls in the hole.
So question here, like an Auspex provides bonus dice to awareness. So if I'm rolling tech use, I just roll flat tech use.
I'm
or
sorry.
would I roll investigation?
No, I think it's awareness, but I don't have it in front of me. I'm doing a lot of flipping around. Still new to me.
What are you looking for?
He's trying to figure out what test it would be to determine a weak spot on a wall.
I think it would be tech, but I thought he was asking about the Auspex.
Well, technically...
Auspex is a heat and biometric scanner. It would not help you with the wall.
You would need a siege Auspex.
So, but then would I either roll investigation or would I roll tech use? Is the other question.
I assume tech.
I'm going to say tech for now, and if I'm wrong, we'll figure that out in between sessions.
Fair enough.
And the DN for that is actually pretty easy. I'll just leave it as a standard 3.
Yes.
Well, he does it.
Also, my session goal is to successfully see the detection roll, essentially. So.
And just to explain what I'm doing at the moment, I was looking at the Scum page, and my PDF froze right on above the page I needed.
Don't worry, I got it for you. It's called Scrounger, and you get basically plus rank to cunning tests and 1 retroactive influence test at plus rank per session to have a thing. GM feared on thing.
Okay, yeah, actually, now that I'm actually there and you just read it to me, yeah, you can totally get the explosive. Sufficient to do the maneuver you want to do.
Okay, so I roll it.
Go ahead.
Actually, I cannot get the explosive, I believe. My black market contacts just couldn't come through with 3 3s and 2 2s and whatever else is there.
Well, perhaps you had it and you dropped it in your attempt to escape the initial orc push into the city.
Okay, I'll hand him I'll hand him 2 of my crack grenades. That should do the trick.
So I just essentially completed my objective for the session. So should I record effects from that?
Okay, and just to clarify, because it's new to me, what was your objective?
To basically roll a successful tech check.
Yep. So you check it off, and you gain a, what is it, glory? Or wrath? Wrath.
I also have the
Wrath.
goal.
Yep,
I
wrath.
have the
I would like
goal
to point out...
background. So I get an extra +1 wrath and +1 glory from successful objective.
And who wanted to point what out?
I would like to point out that we all start out with 2 wrath a session.
Yes, you should be starting off with 2 wrath and 3 reloads.
I'm keeping track.
So that was +2 glory to our glory pool from my objective.
So just point a play. We want more skulls, yes? We want as many skulls as we can get.
Skulls are 4s and 5s. So yes. Skulls and wings are what you want.
I like that they measure success and levels of explosion. I think that's appropriate for 40k.
Is there someone recording our glory?
I'm doing that. I have everything on the Discord. I'm recording all the Wrath and Glory.
Thank you very much.
On that note, it would probably be a good idea for him to spend some glory on this. It's a team resource, but making that explosion work better might be smart.
Yeah, we want it to go boom. So who's gonna plant the explosives is the next question.
It's just a. What would it kind of test? Would it be a tech test?
Tech, probably.
Yep, I'm gonna say tech for now.
Alright, I'm gonna. Atticus, do you mind if I jetpack you up there?
You shall
Okay.
be hoisted into the sky by a god.
By an angel of death. Solar is going to move over here a bit and kind of check the perimeter.
Cyanide also moves to secure the perimeter with Solar.
And I'm gonna grab Atticus and jet up to the portion of the wall that looks weak.
Okay. And you are carrying Atticus?
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose I'm being carried then.
So you rise up high into the air carrying Atticus easily at first. When you arrive to the location where you want to bring down an even greater portion of the hive wall to rain death on the Xenos below, you're greeted with a hail of bullets from haphazardly constructed shooters and sluggers and other foul orc weaponry. How this translates mechanically is that in order to plant the explosives, it'll be a difficult DN7 test.
Oh, shit.
Can
to
I-
evade. And the point is you're trying to evade having either one of you get killed while setting it.
You can do a cooperative test, if I remember correctly.
Can I use my body to shield him?
That is so romantic, man.
What particular check would this be?
Tech.
So guys,
Tech.
Sin has a good point. You can attempt a combined action to help with this in various ways. It doesn't have to be a tech test. It doesn't have to be a pilot test. And if you make your own separate tests, you can add
Understand how
plus
that works?
one. Yep.
Okay, so one person makes the main test, and somebody else is assisting. The assister actually rolls first, and for every 6 you roll, you add 1 dice to the main person's roll. So you're basically just fishing for 6s.
Okay, so I can assist one of two ways. I can either pilot us to kind of dodge, or I can just slam right into the middle of them and start trying to reap as many orcs as I can with my weapon.
Well, you're holding him, remember that.
I know, but I would boost in, set him down, and then charge the orcs.
Aren't they on a wall right now?
Pilot seems like the way to go.
Yeah.
But the other way would be so much cooler.
Where are we?
I'm just gonna draw something really quick so you get a better visual idea.
Alright, add 2 dice to your tech test.
Oh boy.
Out of character, I say we just dump all the glory dice that we can to get this to max bonus dice.
We haven't even set the bombs. He just rolled. He only got 5.
Plus the 2 from before it passes.
That little quick drawing I put on the board, does that help you guys understand where you're at?
Yes. There's a hole in the wall. We're about to blow up something.
There's a toxic nibble, essentially, and we're flying up to it.
Yep.
So we passed because of the 2 extra? I'm kind of confused.
Yes.
No, you have to roll 2 more dice. You got 2 extra dice from him.
Right. Sorry.
2d6 and see if they succeed or fail.
Oh, do we want to pour some glory to get him more dice?
Stop that. Stop it, Atticus. No, don't roll yet.
You
Alright.
can do Glory and Wrath after all other rolls have been completed.
Cool.
Right now you're at 6 successes.
We need one more.
You
We
need one more.
One
You
more.
either want to use Wrath to reroll a dice or Glory to add more dice.
Cool.
Can we do both if one fails?
You both.
So I'll use a wrath to reroll the 3.
Yeah, you just click the little blue die to do that.
No, the blue die rerolls everything if I remember correctly.
And it was a 3.
Don't you get to reroll all failures with the wrath dice?
That I don't know.
Excuse me, if you spend wrath. Wrong word. If you spend wrath, you get to reroll every single failure. I'm pretty sure.
Check that shite.
You can use Wrath to reroll any failure except for Defiance test.
But does it reroll all the failed dice?
That's actually something I don't know.
I'm looking it up
I
right
don't
now.
know that either. I'm looking it up.
Because I'd get 5 more rerolls, if that's the case.
He's right. Using a wrath, you reroll all failures.
Holy crap.
And
Wow.
only
Stupid,
and
yes.
only the failures. You keep your successes.
Well, we got another success, boys.
Yes.
Only one. Wow, that blows.
That barely got us through.
The Emperor smiles on us this day, Atticus Octal 12.
So
Praise be the
we plant the nades.
And then GTFO. I'm going to set a timer of 6 seconds. More?
I mean, you think you gonna get out of there within 6 seconds?
I mean, it's only a small blast, so.
Oh, that's true. It's a cacknade.
I mean, unless we're using glory to make it better.
I mean,
7 successes is pretty good.
Yeah. And we're planting it. Fair. Yeah, he said 6. I suggest you guys get out of there.
Oh yeah, we're gone already. I'm jumping.
Okay, just narrate how you guys do that for me, and then I'll follow up.
Alright, so as we go in, I'm going to cover him with my body. He's going to toss the grenades after I click the timer. And then we both just jet out of there and start running as fast as we can as soon as we hit the ground.
The explosion causes a ricochet of anger and defiance in the greenskins, as even if they're blown back, they see it as a challenge, eagerly renewing their vigor to breach the city. You have bought yourself only time.
Solar, as soon as he sees the wall going down and the puff of smoke just going right past his helmet, he says, "We must use this time we have bought ourselves quickly. Which way is it to this contingency?"
Yeah, the contingency is to the north. I don't know, is that correct? Can we make like a narrow declaration?
Which way is it? Oh, hello.
Oh look, a map. That's useful.
Hey, look at that. Oh, we're near by the fucked up docks.
Wait, does anybody have a map?
Oh yeah, it's in roll 20, yeah.
I meant in character.
I would assume some people would know.
Yeah, Liv has lived here all her life, so she's a local, she knows. There we go. I Spin a wrath for a narrative declaration if needs be.
I'm guessing I would also
like
probably
one of
have a
the-
map too.
What are those taxi drivers?
I imagine I have one stuck in my brain.
I technically have a data slate on my wrist right now, so although it's made function to show vitals and get mission data and stuff from my squad lead, so
it's like
Then
a
have a watch.
40k smartwatch.
kind.
You show off the sleek new model, yeah? Please sponsor us, Apple.
Okay, so yes, the explosion was successful, and you guys are going to try to attempt to make your plans to escape. Hopefully, quickly, sooner rather than later.
I'm going to take an assumption, say there.
Yeah, that's where he just pinged.
Can you see my
Yes, we can see
Measures.
your circle thing.
not the circle, my measuring stick?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
that's my measuring stick.
We're 34 feet away. That's useful.
It's only a very brief stroll.
Say that.
Okay, yeah. Liv has a tentative plan. It involves basically leaving the rest of the disposable squad, the loyal members of the defense militia, behind to cover our tracks while we make a tactical retreat. How does that sound, Glorious?
Does anyone know if contingency bases have any sort of heavy weaponry?
I mean, I'm going to assume this is like a base set up in case shit happens. So it might have some basic supplies, but I'm not going to assume it's going to be like kitted out.
Well, it's more than likely just a fallback position. It's
Exactly.
lightly manned and lightly supplied.
Anticipating failure is heresy.
Okay. So I was fighting, trying to figure out where my on button was on, but yeah, the contingency bases for those local born and have been in the city prior to arriving, you are aware their fallback positions for staggered withdrawals. You're going to have heavy weapons there, supplies, and medical aid, but not a lot. First come, first serve basis. And they're only going to last only so long. If you don't make it in time, you might get caught out in the open.
And away we go.
I'm pretty sure I can make it there before everyone else and just start firing it in your direction.
It's probably better if we stick together.
Goodbye, everyone else.
Did you say this out loud?
That is probably
We must stay together. Together we have a better chance of remaining alive and furthering serving the Emperor.
Time is short. We must begin our exodus.
Plus,
agreed.
I don't have the contingency codes. So
Commencing ambulation towards contingency base.
Commencing perambulation protocol.
exactly.
So yeah, let's go. We go.
Mandated maintenance perambulation.
I mean, he does have augmented legs, so I mean, what do you want?
Yeah, but you got to make sure they don't go over load bearing capacity.
By carrying this team too hard.
Yeah.
I've already gone flying this session, so I mean,
So,
I mean,
Don't sip the 2-liter bottle of oil, you know.
I mean, me and Bacon got bitch smacked by a fucking orc titan. So.
Okay. On that note, what is your plan, guys?
Make it to the contingency base.
But how? How do you want to do it? Do you want to just run out in the open streets? I'm waiting for you guys to actually put into words an action that you want to do. And how?
Sure. Lead it towards the contingency base. The walls have only just fallen. And we want to get there prior to someone else coming and taking our shit.
Maybe you. I would advocate for a careful, tactical spacing advance.
Yeah.
Scrutinization of cross streets and.
Does this place have a sewage system?
It's a hive city, so yes. And
oh my god, we're gonna be like every FPS ever.
Sewer level.
Sewer level!
I'm gonna do an awareness check for a manhole cover.
That's actually very simple, and you don't need to take a test for it. You can find that very easily. They're all over the place.
I wonder how close this will bring us to if we do go about this.
Then I'll point at our space marine buddy and be like, come lift this, you're stronger than me. Probably.
Alright, I'll go over there and help her.
Again, that is a simple task, doesn't require a roll of any sort. You can describe that as you please.
I get +4 dice to raw strength test.
I mean, if you want to roll it to see just how man-hawkish you just rip it apart, that's
and then he gets
great.
all ones.
Just don't get a complication on it.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, I just reach down and I just rip it out of the wall. I have 11 athletics.
You mean strength?
Okay, I have 8 strength.
Yeah, no, you would tear that thing limb from limb.
So the next question is, does anybody have an idea of where these wind? I don't want to go the wrong way.
See, that's the problem, is who actually knows what goes where. I mean, we probably have a map of the actual, like, streets and stuff, but the sewers? Who knows?
Narrative. Is it Wrath for a narrative declaration? Or is it Glory?
Yeah. It's Wrath.
Okay, a Wrath. Yeah, Liv, prior to this, was a career criminal in the Underhives. She knows all about the general sewer system. Is that acceptable, Messiah, for a Wrath?
Myth?
Okay, I was talking on mute. I was going to say that is acceptable. I would like to hear, maybe you know a route that goes to somewhere specific?
Absolutely. Here is what I will say. Basically, there is a lot of smuggling in the Underhives, and part of that smuggling has involved the diversion of supplies from contingency bases on a long-term basis. So, yeah, she knows roughly of the trade that is sort of geographically located by contingency bases. So this may mean that some of them are undersupplied, but yeah, she knows where some of them are.
Again, I'm going to say that it's acceptable, and you will be able to lead them through an intricate series of a local level to this area. All that stands between you and your objective now is if you guys can stomach the foul smells of the processed food
I have
waste.
a respirator.
Hey, I don't know what everyone specifically has, but this is a catch-all for the whole group.
Will
So-
the Astartes fit?
That's a good question.
I do have a really big jump pack with like these like really well-designed wings and everything.
Here's the thing, though. These sewer things are probably
Okay,
huge.
guys, I'm gonna use GM Ruin. I'm making a narrative declaration myself.
Uh-oh.
In order for the Astartes to fit into the sewers, he'll have to jettison his jetpack.
Nope.
And carry it along with him instead of wearing it.
Okay, so how long is it going to take me to put it back on?
Well, if you get caught in a combat situation, it'll take roughly 1 round. It's not that hard. But while you're down there, you're not going to be able to wear the full bulk of your equipment.
Will his suit go unpowered if he takes it off?
Well, that's a choice he's going to have to make.
If my suit's unpowered, I literally can't move, so...
But you can always take off your suit.
And I think the jump pack is separate from the power supply, actually.
And now you're welcome for having your first inter-party conflict.
So here's the thing, though. What lore are we following? Because there's some lore where the jump pack is part of it, and then there's also lore like Space Marines where they just take it off.
This is an RPG game. For the sake of brevity, we'll just go with Space Marine logic.
So you could take it off, and you'll still have your power supply.
Yeah, because the jump pack has its own power supply. It's fueled by Promethium.
Well, the jump packs are usually the power supply. They just replace the power pack because you need that backpack to run that suit.
You'll be fine. You're a marine. I mean, what are we going to run into? Like mutants at worst?
Going by
You're a
Death
large
Watch
gentleman
rules,
in power armor.
Yeah,
going by Death Watch rules, you'd be out of power in about 3 minutes.
I think it's been said that if you take off the jump pack, you're not going to lose power to your armor.
Alright, I'll take it off. Regretfully. Forgive me, Tech Priest.
This disrespect to the machine is appalling.
Perhaps you can bless it when we get into another situation where it is necessary.
I will be spending hours making proper maintenance rituals after this excursion.
And I will join you.
Space Marine logic.
Although I do have to question, like, why did we feel the need to go in the sewers at this point? Is the bid completely overrun? Are there orcs everywhere? Like,
I think it was a safe. It was a safe option.
It was just presented as we can go in the sewers. I don't know if there's a reason to go in the sewers. Is my point.
I wanted to leg it, but we decided on the sewers, so now we're doing the sewers.
Well, we just needed a better description for legging it, I think, Go up to that artery, go up to the large artery up above us, that highway, and, try to commandeer a ride or something like that.
Well, that's my question. Is it completely obvious that the orcs are inside the hive and running rampant, or is it?
Have they just breached the hive? I guess. Like, what is it? What's the process of how screwed we've been for how long?
With the scanner a second ago, why don't you see if there's orcs in here?
Well, his scanner only goes 50 meters. Is the issue?
Yeah.
He can't tell like an entire
5 kilometers away.
hive.
I can see within the next, 50 meters.
I mean, I guess I could get on the Vox. I have a 10 km range with my Vox and call for confirmation.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get on the Vox and call in to see. I guess anyone within that range, their status. And orcs. That is questioning if my Vox is still working after crashing into the hive.
Messy muted.
Was I on mute again?
At this stage,
Yep.
I just think you're not pressing the button.
No, it's a switch. So.
Oh.
Okay, so what I was trying to say was, yes, your combeat Vox, your Vox works, and that you flick through the frequencies on both short and long range frequency bands, and you're hearing desperate pleas for assistance, reinforcements, denial of orders, fallback contingency redelays. It's a hot mess. It's very hard to make out with all of these very narrow bands coalescing and being distorted through the hive. I'm going to need a DN4 tech use test to signal in on one particular frequency. Right now, the battle Vox is being overwhelmed.
No, it is too much for me right now. I just say blast. Well, I can tell you one thing.
Oh my god, it's a hive fart.
Workers, alert. Xenos presence detected. This is not
Well,
a drill.
that works
Workers,
too.
evacuate. Xenos detected. Your safety is not guaranteed. Workers, alert.
You hear
Xenos presence detected.
the loud
This
hailers
is not
from
a
a
drill.
multitude of factories
Workers,
displaying the
evacuate.
same auditory
Xenos
warning.
detected. Your
It is
safety
vague,
not guaranteed.
but clear enough for you that some danger is on its way.
I cannot. There's just too much Vox chatter. I cannot signal down one specific one. It seems like we're in the middle of a clusterfuck.
Do not worry. When we reach the fallback position, perhaps they will have a stronger Vox system.
Or they will hopefully have answers.
Let us go.
Oh, the tech priest makes a stiff shrug and begins to assist the space marine with his jetpack.
Who's gonna go in the sewer first?
Me, for sure, me.
I was just about to jump in too.
The tech priest will also offer you are
Okay.
more handy in combat than I am.
So guys, I would like everyone to subscribe descending into the sewer, and then we'll take a break.
How much of a drop is it?
It's nothing that's going to cause damage, and you can describe it as you will. I would say a typical maybe 8 meters down. Ladders available if you need to get in.
Yeah, Solar's just gonna climb down the ladder, looking around. His helmet's visor, letting him see in the low light.
As he's climbing down, a black meteor just plummets past him and smashes into the ground of the tunnel.
Oh, you guys have grav shoots, right?
I have graph shoot. I mean, if it still works.
I draw my Crozius Arcanum and I ignite it, and you watch as an electric field starts crackling across the massive head of it.
The tech priest have power armor as well. The tech priest descends with a jetpack attached to his servo arm.
Cyanine follows along, jumping and landing on his augmentic legs, praising the Omnissiah for their continued functioning.
I do as well from my helm.
And that's the same as well. And a respirator.
What? No darkness ambush? Okay.
I mean, so do I.
I'm just gonna make sure my camellia line clip, I think is how you pronounce that, is covering me fully before I jump down in there.
Okay.
Alright. Liv's gonna take the sane and sensible option, not like the rest of the individuals she's currently associating with, and indicate for her former gang comrades to basically slowly descend the ladder that's been put in place first. And
I went down the
after
ladder.
them. Yeah. Ah, lads, this is just like the time we knocked off that water reclamation facility last year.
Your leisure
They'll
activity.
never see us coming. They'll never see us coming. She looks guiltily over at the commissar. See if she's hurt. And I will take my point of glory for comparing the current situation to past crime.
Wrath.
That is a good question. Yes.
Is there anyone else after Lee's turn that has to descend in? Liv's turn, I mean.
No, I mean, there's a ladder, was there not?
Yep.
Oh, no.
Close the hole.
So, we're gonna take our break now with the manhole delightfully left open, and no one mentioned to close it.
Good idea. The orcs will fall down and hurt themselves. It's a beautiful
But-
trap.
Devious trap.
Let's just take a 10-minute break, and we'll be right back.
I
don't
I
know if
might
we
just
can-
say, Solar climbs back up ladder, puts back over on.
Could we even find the manhole cover at this point?
Yeah, that's the problem. Is our Space Marine guy just ripped it off?
He ripped it off and like chucked it.
Hey, I
It's
never
like a
said I
fighter.
threw it.
Watch
I
me
never
bend
said I
this
threw it.
manhole
I
cover.
pulled it off. I didn't say I threw it.
I'm going to assume one of the cronies is not as stupid as us and decided that this is a sensible option.
Yeah, they're all former professional. They're a mix of professional criminals mixed with sort of a glorious hero worship.
But how professional can criminals really be?
Pretty damn
But
professional.
professional
minions.
enough to take a bullet for her. That's all the profession that she
They're
needs.
dumb enough to follow Liv, so they're probably too stupid to put the manhole cover on.
I didn't say it.
Excuse me. Liv was previously a well-respected community leader. End quote.
So are we taking a break then?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? 10-minute break here.
And now that we
I'll
left
be
the
right
manhole cover on, we will be ambushed by orcs.
I was gonna say, I feel like my character, we're trying to be stealthy right now. I have
Yeah.
a very high stealth skill.
I'm pretty good at
I feel
stealth.
like this is not something I would have forgotten.
I'm not sure it's a situation where we can be stealthy. I mean, it's like 10 guns in a tiny confined space, you know.
I mean, if two of us flip ahead, though.
Is the microphone doing better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
The
That does seem pretty fantastic music playing right now. It's very Warhammer.
The Phantom. It's
I've had this thing muted so that I don't have echo.
looking for a social network but filled.
Say that again?
guys, I'm back.
I hear.
Alright, hope everyone's enjoying it so far. Got a little bit more to go, and then we'll end a little early. Wait, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. So any thoughts on the system so far? Because I know we just did the social stuff mostly and the objectives, but I think it's pretty cool.
I very barely still understand the system, but I still think
I think it's working pretty well so far. As we figure out the idiosyncrasy and stuff, it'll get smoother too.
Oh yeah, I figure by next week it'll be a lot smoother. A lot of us just got the book.
yeah, man, I only came in delivery like 2 days ago.
So I mean, I think we're doing pretty good considering.
I just want better rolls, please.
Doesn't matter what system, you're condemned to bad rolls.
I wouldn't say that. I've had good games where I've got like amazing rolls, but then it's just like other games I'll just be like, eh.
In one of my play-by-post game I play, I rolled 97 or above 4 times the other night for a Dark Heresy 2nd edition game. It's rather frustrating.
The dice, I swear.
Man, you can't predict Nuffle. Nuffle will.
It's like playing XCOM 2. They just fuck you. They just fuck you.
First they fuck you, and then they fuck you.
And then your guy shoots at the alien, his gun right at the alien's face, and he misses.
You shoot yourself in the foot, actually.
Or that worked too.
What do you guys make of how the stream's currently set up?
It looks sexy.
I like it. I like how you could just throw in the roll 20 randomly when you feel like it.
Yeah. Or I can do this. I can put it back.
So, the way I introduced the characters, was that pretty cool or bad?
Dope.
I think it worked just fine.
I'm here.
Welcome back.
I didn't expect it to be that dramatic, but I loved it.
You see, MC, I was telling you this. Carson should have just been killed by the arm of the Gargant.
Fuck you.
Clearly, the God Emperor smiled on him this day.
He was abnormally slippery from all the armor polish. They just slid right off.
No, it's my metal arm, clearly.
So wouldn't that be interesting though? Like you didn't even notice it, but your arm reacted on its own to push you away from the Gargant hand. You know. So
I don't know this until now, but my augmetic arm actually has a machine spirit of its own.
somebody installed a dog brain in it.
Alright. So let's see. What was Bacon, your objective was again? Have you met it yet?
It was to give an example of how the uplifting primer applies to the current scenario.
And Sin has one too.
I also have one.
I'm trying to go through the people who haven't accomplished theirs yet.
What do
Oh,
you
I
gain
haven't.
from accomplishing them?
Glory or Wrath?
I'm sorry, say again?
He's saying, what do we get from accomplishing our RP objective?
Wrath. You get Wrath point.
So we start with 2 Wrath?
Yep. I mean, Wrath, you get it really quick, it seems, but you can also spend it really quickly.
What is wrath and what is glory?
Wrath is when you get angry, and glory is when you win.
Glory is a party-based resource, and Wrath is a character-based resource.
And they both can be used to affect rolls, like
Yep.
successes
Wrath?
and tests, and affect the total effect of a test, like a successful test.
So, Wrath, you can reroll failures, restore shock, improve a defiance check, or you can make a narrative declaration, like Whimsy did.
So it's basically your personal use fate points, if you're familiar with fate points.
Yeah. And
Glory is
Glory,
like squad cohesion from the Death One.
now here's the thing. Glory, you can increase your dice pool, you can increase damage, you can increase the severity of a critical hit, or you can seize the initiative. So if I be a dick and I'm like, I'm going to spend some ruin to go first, you can, or maybe I got 2 orc mobs and you want to go before them, you seize the initiative.
Well, you can use it so the party just basically decides who goes first, essentially.
Yeah.
And then the party can say if you go player character then NPC, player character then NPC. The party can decide to spend glory to make another player character go after the first player character instead of the enemy immediately. We can only do that once. You can't have more than 2 people before an enemy.
Okay.
Which we should be getting into next.
Yay!
Combat.
But both glory and wrath are really really cool mechanics.
Is everyone back yet, or are we still waiting?
Sound off, I guess.
I think Synapse is still cooking steak.
Yeah, I just had a fried egg buddy. Just 5 minutes, easy as.
I will say I am slightly worried about the effect of both myself and Maniple. What is it, Maniple 9?
With the what?
Psi-9? Is that it? Psi-9?
Psi-9, yeah.
We both have arc weapons, and we're in the sewer.
Oh no. Yeah, that's
It'll be fine.
Didn't somebody have
So
a
what is it?
plasma gun as well?
What is an arc weapon? It's like a
Tesla
weapon.
coil.
Oh yeah, you'll be good. Run that shit in a deaf environment, man. No worries.
Okay, here's the thing though. We all go on the sidewalk portions. We filter all the orcs into the water portion, and then you shoot the arc into the water. Boom.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
No, there's also probably a lot of methane buildup is the other word.
So guys, if we're all ready, yes, there is methane buildup.
So then no lasgun. Wonderful.
So, whenever Bacon cues us that the Twitch is no longer muted, we'll continue.
I don't think it has been muted.
No.
It's not?
Speaking of which, I'm gonna use my auspex as we're walking to try to determine how dangerous the environment we're in.
I mean,
Okay.
there's 2 people without respirators. Maybe 3.
The Auspex will give you the readouts of the levels very easily. There's no test required for that.
Alright, good.
It will let you know that prolonged exposure will be harmful to the lungs of those unprotected. Roughly about an hour's worth of travel at any given time.
He would set a internal little counter for that time frame and announce to the group that estimates roughly 1 hour's worth of ambulation time to complete this ambulatory circuit, or deleterious effects will begin compounding upon those without respirators.
Uh-oh. So, how far are we from the contingency base? Is the next question. Do we just not know?
You're roughly 5 clicks out.
Oh boy.
It's a bit of a march, but nothing that's not possible, given determination and motivation. And I believe you are motivated.
We are motivated by getting the hell out of a sewer and getting the fuck away from the orcs.
Okay, let's kill some orcs.
Before you do that, I just want to describe that once you're inside the initial entry point, the tunnels narrow a bit, which means only two of you could be standing side by side, and your shoulders would be touching very close. The Astartes will have to fall in a rank by himself.
I don't think that'll be an issue.
Not an issue, but it has to be said so that you have a mental visualization of this area. And then as you walk forward, eventually the clear footing where the entranceway was will give way to slightly dampened and flooded areas that rise up to your knees with human waste.
It is just like a sewer level.
I'm happy about the fact my guts are replaced by aromatics at this point.
I'm happy I'm in a sealed carapace suit.
For those that are not, the smell is burning almost like an acidic wisp in the back of your noses. Eventually it'll numb out and you won't notice it, but your initial impact is just revulsion.
Puke.
And with that said, Galahad may attempt her speech.
Ooh.
Let's see what you got. Oh yeah, that's good. You got 2 exalted icons for a total of 7 successes. And you got no complications.
Would you want to bank one of those? Is the question.
Well, I was going to say, in order to inspire everyone, it would have only been a DN for... Everyone should wait till I say the DN, because that sort of matters in the fact that you can bank what excess you have. So, considering the DN4, you can bank some of those. You just
Then
make
you
it.
lose it.
You lose it, but you can also make it more effective by leaving it as is.
Well, you'd have to shift it to make it more effective.
Yes.
Right, you can do more than just bank glory when you use shifts. You could increase how effective it is. You could, what's the other one? Cut the time in half. You could speak really fast.
So you could shift one of those and make your speech result even more, powerful. But it depends if there's a grade of power for success in this instance.
Well, base success is going to give everyone pretty motivated. But if you shift it, I will allow a +1 bonus to your next skill test. Yes.
A +1 dice, you mean?
Yes.
Or a +1 flat number?
+1 dice. Bonus dice.
Okay.
Terminology is still new to me, sorry. But on that note, yes, everyone, you can respond accordingly if you wish.
I think they work out to the same, though. So,
If anyone wants to respond in characterly,
the Tech Priest announces, the Messiah would be proud of such a speech.
Unity will greatly augment our odds of survival today.
Strength through unity, unity through strength.
Would you like to know more?
Faith has been staring at this shit pool for a while with like a really strong look of revulsion. But after the speech, she turns and she's like, "Fine, you're paying my cleaning fees."
Solar will chuckle after Faith says that.
so about 25 minutes being led through these horrible, dank sewage lines. You hear some rumbling that makes you pause in caution.
Hold.
Solar immediately. Ooh.
Okay, rumbling, do we know what that could be? Does it sound like
Listen.
explosions of water or?
Is it coming from behind us or ahead of us?
The engine noise.
Or above us.
Above you.
Or all around us because of the way the acoustics would work in the sewer.
Alright,
Well, if it's
let's have
passing
a
directly
debate
overhead.
about underground acoustics. I'd like to.
No, how about not?
Would I be able to roll anything, or would I just know like what kind of engine that was? If it was Adeptus Mechanicus or something
Well-
impure.
We're gonna say it's a, if you want to identify it, a scholarship test.
Alright.
I suggest
And the D end is going to be 3.
us.
Faith, could you possibly use some of your skills and see what lies ahead?
Uh,
I mean,
Yeah.
he got it anyways.
I'm gonna roll another die just to see if I get like another exalted Symphony icon. Nope. I'm gonna bank one of those.
Okay.
So
Atticus.
that's +1 glory for everybody, right?
That's, yeah, you add 1 to the pool. So, Atticus. You're familiar with the sounds of a multitude of engines raging from the mighty Lehman Russ battle tank to the lowly but humble and important land crawler that fuels the millions of the imperial worlds from servicing the agricultural centers. This engine sounds like a Lehman Russ, but something's wrong with it, as if it's broken, twisted. No doubt in your mind, this is probably the job of a ramshackle reconstruction, a blaspheme against the holy machine.
He blurts a curse in binary.
Are there any manholes nearby?
Do you have Presence goggles? Yeah.
I do not.
I do.
Okay, for those
I do as well.
who have the Presence goggles, you're able to clearly see that roughly every 200 meters that you've been walking, there's another manhole or ventilation leading somewhere else.
Solar advises we not go up there right now.
Yeah.
We have one amongst
It
our.
could be guardsmen whose Lehman Russ is falling apart. We should probably check.
Faith, would you like to do so? You are the most quick and stealthy of us.
Guardsmen that treat their Lehman Russ as such deserve no help.
They would be summarily executed if I had my way.
Then I'll have to make sure we're not discovered.
You did say there was no doubt in my mind, correct?
That's correct.
I just wanted that. He's not going to stop Faith from looking, but he's not in any way, shape, or convinced that it's actually a card transfer.
Now, keep in mind, both of you, if you agree to it, you can role-play it out through a contested test.
No, I'm not interested in. He thinks more information is always good, so he's not going to stop someone looking. But
Okay.
Then I'm going to use my Psyker Power Chameleon.
Okay. I actually don't know how psychic power works, so you can enlighten me on that.
It has a DN4. It costs a combat action, but we're not in combat, so I can just use it. It can be sustained, but it makes other Psyker powers harder to use, which I have to sustain it, obviously. It adds 1 dice to stealth tests, +1 defense against ranged attacks, and if you use your 6s, you can make it more potent and increase the stealth further.
Okay.
So I have a question for this. Are
Sure.
we in the narrow parts yet?
Yes.
Okay, who is Faith next to?
Probably me. I'm probably up front.
Well, is she up front is the question.
Well, getting into position is not a problem.
Praise Sense goggles.
Well, then she would probably be next to me, Bacon, or the Space Marine.
So I'm going to be up front because I'm big and I have lots of armor. Do you want to be behind me and then I can cover you as you go up the ladder to check?
Wasn't the Acadian in front?
No, I believe the Commissar went first.
For visual aid, you guys can move your tokens into the echelon order you want to be in. If that helps.
Doesn't the Space Marine have to be solo?
Yeah, the Space Marine is solo.
Yeah.
And then we have a bunch of dudes behind us because of Devotee.
Hey, they're the rear guard. I don't like it when you talk about them like that.
What are their
Just
names
as much
then?
a part of the warband. They are Val, Bill, Jenny, and Johnson. And they're all individual, unique characters with their own backstories.
Damn, that's a pretty good roll.
You mean it's not like Grumpy and Dumpy and Sleepy?
You only got 1, so you're good.
Didn't include my bonus dice.
Oh, fuck.
Just another success.
Woo!
With 2 exalted on that, I am gonna increase the stealth on it by an extra 1.
So, because I'm behind her and I suddenly see her start to use psychic powers, I'm gonna go kind of like a little like a shock, like, oh shit, she's a psyker?
Can we see her using psychic powers? Is another question.
Does
Actually-
she look like a witch?
No psychic phenomena or perils occurred.
Why don't you
And
just,
I am wearing a chameleon line cloak, so...
So I will set the if anyone wants to make an observe to even notice this.
why don't you narrate for us what it looks like when you use your power?
Because I'm right behind her.
Well, what
Hold
I
up.
would do is I would just hug the cloak a little tighter to myself, enter a shadow, concentrate, and start to fade further.
Right. So what I'm going to say, due to surrounding and the nature of everything happening, and anyone wants to attempt to do it, it's a DN 11 test to notice her psychic manifesting.
Never mind then. Yeah, no.
He went for it.
Of course he did.
Spin some of that glory, man. It's a turn
No.
wrestle after all.
Never
Okay.
passed a concern.
So your power goes off, and you can describe your next action to me. Set me up.
Well, I'm gonna slowly climb the ladder there and try to push the manhole just enough to get my vision, not enough to actually pop my head out or anything, and try and see what's out there. Do you need me to roll stealth, awareness, or both?
I'm going to need a stealth test and an awareness test. The awareness is for additional information beyond what I'm immediately going to give you.
Okay. I need to add 3 bonus dice after this.
Don't forget to uncheck the use inline dice thing so you can use the actual API.
Honestly, I like the one she's currently using more.
That was the appy. It just did that. That was it, and it messed up.
Huh.
Because I know it rechecks use inline dice if you close your sheet at all, so it might just have automatically checked it for you again.
Actually,
It
just
did
so you guys
say-
know, Just so you guys know, in order to stop that from happening, you actually have to delete the inline rolling type attribute. It's a little glitch that's part of the sheet.
How do we do
I
that?
just unclicked it. and-
What?
I wouldn't worry about it right now. Just we'll fix that after the session. But like once you click on inline rolling, it gets stuck there.
It worked when I unclicked it for myself.
All right, but basically she passed.
Woo!
Oh, I see some ones there. That's a complication. 2 complications.
No, those aren't wrath.
Only on a raft dice, and my raft dice was a 5.
Oh, that's right. I am trying to read stuff and I'm wrong. Okay.
So
He
it's
wants
okay.
that complication to happen.
I just want one to happen. I'm sorry, guys. All right.
While this is happening, has the engine noise receded or stopped?
It has come to a halt.
Is it still running at a halt?
Faith.
There's my awareness roll, by the way.
When you first open the manhole cover and you peek your eyes out, you can see the footsteps of a multitude of orcs clad in tough leathers and heavy metal plates stitched together, marching along. It takes you a moment to realize that they're surrounding themselves around what appears to be Lehman Russes at first, but as your gaze traces upwards, you notice that these have been constructed upon, added upon, to form bodies upon them. Hulking wrecking claws and grabbing claws and poor facsimiles of an orc's face grafted upon this horrible abomination of a creation. Not only offensive in its existence, but the fact that there's more, a legion of these twisted parodies. It's a good thing that you went to the sewers. You would have surely been caught by now.
I'm gonna go back down in there and be like, yeah, that's a lot of orcs. I'm not sure we can kill that many orcs.
We must warn the fallback position.
How long have we been walking? Just for...
It said 25 minutes earlier.
also.
It was about 15 minutes, give or take, before the event happened that you guys stopped.
Solar says that unfortunately, due to their location, his Vox will definitely not be able to reach anyone.
You can always try with a DN7 test, tech use test.
Yeah, I don't even have that many die. I think.
You can make it if you get enough 6s.
Does
Or
he
if
have
you
a
use
proper-
Glory, or if you use Wrath.
Does he have a proper Vox cast, or is this a micro beat?
This is a special one for his suit. It is a. Hold on, I'll give you the. It's a built-in Claritin Vox array. Functions like a Vox bead with a range of 10 kilometers.
So the tech priest could plug himself into it and attempt to boost it or whatever, use his tech roll for that. We could combine rolls.
Sure.
If you want to try.
I think for now we should just keep moving.
Consensus?
We stand no chance against the oaks above. We must continue on to our objective.
Okay. Give me a ballpark figure of some time that's passed.
5 hours.
No. How about 30 minutes?
Okay.
32 minutes.
32 minutes. And describe what your feelings as you pass through, and then I will pick up after that.
So I'm going to assume after a bit here, we're going to get into the part where we're up to our knees in shit and urine.
Yep.
To Solar, who, he's a veteran of war. He looks upon the situation and says, well, another day on the job, I guess.
We will have much to atone for with the Messiah. Am I right, Atticus?
I just realized he said we're in this shit right now.
The trick, you see, is to wear 2 pairs of socks. That way the first layer is strained.
Additionally, I recommend thigh highs.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not just for fashion nowadays, huh?
No. Need some properly big high boots as well.
With every breath, Sinine curses the weakness of his flesh and lungs.
Praise be the Emperor that we are gifted. Environmentally sealed armor.
Yep, this environmentally sealed anti-sludge power armor.
Alright, so what happened? I couldn't hear anything for a minute.
It's been like 32 minutes. We're currently in the knee-deep poop water.
Alright, and someone was asking about something to do with the tech priest?
I think he was saying we'll have much to atone to.
But yes, there will be much appeasing the machine spirits after this ordeal.
Oh, it's good. It smells like home.
Did you hear that?
Indeed.
Are we in the mines of Moria all of a sudden?
Hmm?
Having flashbacks to the mines of Moria from Lord of the Rings.
Who's Frodo?
Faith.
Well, she can disappear, so...
I think I'm still disappeared. I don't remember actually ending my power.
Alright, let's just move as quick as we can. We need to get there.
Yes.
Why, you fools?
Sounds like the
Why?
battle above us is only getting stronger.
You hear screaming at this moment. You're nearing your objective to reach the contingency base, but you can't help to listen to the plights of the civilians and the screams of the orcs above. Does anyone have any strong feelings about this?
Is there enough room for me to put my pack back on?
Nope. not
Yeah,
yet.
like a strong feeling of gratitude at being down here rather than up there. Will that count?
That does.
Can we make out anything of what they're talking about?
They're just screaming.
They're walking, essentially.
Are they walking
Are
in
we-
the same direction as us?
Are we directly under this fallback base now, or...
No, you're approaching, but there are people screaming above you, and I wanted to emphasize that it broke your concentration.
I'm
I think
sorry, did I break your
If these
concentration?
people are going to die, their blood should be spilled by Imperial hands, not by some filthy Xenos.
You surely mean the service in the Imperium spilling their blood, not just in Imperial hands, correct?
So if I go underneath one of these manholes, is there room for me to put my pack on, or no?
Yep.
I'm going to do that. And I'm going to say, the Emperor calls us to action. Who will come with me?
I'm going to spend a ruin point. Narrative declaration. There's going to be an explosion. The manhole cover is going to rip open, collapsing partially. scattering pebbles and debris against your power armor. But you can see from above the orcs charging into crowds, revealing partially your position. What do you do?
For the Emperor! And I just fire straight up.
I will follow Cadriel.
We all just died.
Dump the clip.
So you just ignited all the methane that he had described in here?
No. It was explosion from up above.
Yeah, but he just turned on his jetpack from below.
Excellent.
That's
Excellent.
what we're saying. Is you just
Let's roll for it.
So what kind of damage would this flame burst be?
kill
I
us
mean-
all.
There's the number of manholes is probably going to keep the gas from building up that much. You said
They're
they were
all
It was so
on.
thick down here that it's causing us brown lung.
So, what I'm going to say is, in order to do this without partially igniting everyone, use a pilot test at DN9.
How about we just don't do the jump pack right now?
No, man, roll it. This is fantastic.
like,
this is
already
exactly what I
committed
like
to
about
it.
40k, man.
Yeah, I guess I'll spend wrath.
Can we give him some glory? How much glory do we
have
have?
8 glory.
We have too
He
much
doesn't
glory.
deserve glory. After that,
Yeah, he doesn't deserve. Well, I mean, hold on. That glory is going to us surviving. So
Well, I want to know what kind of damage it would be, because, I got
it's
really high
put it to you this
power
way:
armor.
there is a buildup of methane down here. He just ignited all that pressurized methane.
Yeah, but I'm in power armor. Like, it counts for something.
I see. It's a fuck you got mine kind of situation, right?
Exactly.
Typical Space Marine behavior.
I'm a tech.
Give me that glory and I'll make the test.
How much did he get though? 6, 4, 5. He got
Oh, wait,
4
no.
more. 8.
I got
so
9.
he needs 1 more.
He
I
was
got
at
9.
4, got 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So he made a 9.
No, he
Excellent.
didn't. Oh, yes, he did. Sweet.
Because one of them is a 6, it counts for
Oh, right. We're good then.
Alright, so you can narrate what you want to do now.
Yeah, so instead of doing a full burn, I reach up and I grab the first rung and I throw myself up and then just ignite it gently and blast through up onto the top level.
This is just him, not all
Thank
of
you
us.
for spending a wrath on this. I really didn't want to die.
Wait, why are we all up here now?
It's just because it's the battle map I'm using. I spent hours making this map, and I'll be damned if I don't use it.
It's a good map.
I mean, it is a map. It is a good map.
Yeah,
I mean,
somehow.
he's not wrong.
I've done that, and players have not noticed.
Yeah, man. It's great. Somehow, whatever the players decide, it always leads to the assets I've created.
You laugh like the dog from Bullwinkle, right?
There's also one to the west.
Like, screw the one to the rest, man. The east is the big scary.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Is that a looted tower battleship?
No, that is a Ruzbot.
A what?
A Ruzbot.
Is that like a giant Roomba?
It's a mini Stompa that works create by changing a Lehman Russ and building upon it.
So we have a looted rust, or whatever the fuck this thing is. A robot thing over here. And a space marine in the middle.
So,
Uh-huh.
Cadriel, you burst open into the air. You shock and surprise many of the orcs that were headlong charging into the crowds of civilians that are fleeing from their pursuit. What do you do?
Clarification, are they fleeing north or south?
At the current moment, they're fleeing west,
Okay.
just due to the angle of the quarter you found yourself in.
I'm going to charge straight for that big guy.
Home.
Alright, so I guess we're going to start our first combat here.
And I'm going to leap up as I'm going to use my jump pack to get on top of it.
So one smooth, continuous motion from igniting your jump pack, essentially.
So you just jumped out, saw, and kind of maneuvered yourself over towards it.
Yep.
So we're all good with him going first, I think?
Yep, that's how it works. So all you have to do is give me the, let's see, jump action. Right?
A piloting test, but I already made a 9.
Yeah, you already made the test though, so you're good. So I'll still count that as part of that. So you can land with no issue.
Okay, so I'm on top of it, and I want to drive my Crozius down into. Is there like a hatch or something?
There is a hatch at the very top of its head.
Yeah, that's where I want to be, and I just want to drive my. Well, at first I'm going to see if I can rip it open.
Now these are welded shut, and in the Orky fashion, it's only going to be a DN5 to rip it open.
Athletics?
Athletics, correct.
It's not just a straight strength test?
Nah.
So, I'm going to bank... Can I use the exalted symbols to bank wrath for myself?
No, the exalted symbols can either increase your degree of success or be banked for glory. But we're already at max glory.
Oh. Okay, yeah, so I'll use them for the degrees of success, which means I rolled 8 successes.
Where are you getting this wrath of 6?
See the red dice, how it has wings?
She's saying I rolled a 6 on my wrath die. So doesn't that have a special effect too?
That's why
the glory.
That's why we're at 9 glory.
Oh, okay, alright.
Might as well spend some.
Also, he did say DN5, so you can only shift 1 and still succeed. If you shift both, your success becomes 4.
I'm just gonna keep them, and I want to use that. Can I use it to like do something extra, or?
That's what shifting it does. It's increase your degree of success, but you can only do it with one of them, because when you use it, it drops your successes. Right now you're at 8, so you've succeeded by 3.
Right. No, I get that, but can I use it to like drop a grenade inside?
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so
I'm gonna use my last crack grenade.
That's probably the best nade to use.
So you can do a thing called multi-action, which increases all of your tests DNs by 2, and allows you to do 2 per action essentially. So you can do multiple actions per one.
Yeah, but I don't think you can do it after you've rolled for any of your tests.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like you have to declare you're doing a multi-action at the start.
Well, technically the jump pack was just my movement, and then would ripping the thing off be my action?
You'd have to declare a multi-action to move and fire or do something like that at the same turn.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Well, no, because you can move and take an action without declaring multi-action.
But then you wouldn't have an action to throw the grenade.
You get one action per round.
Just for now, we'll say it's a multi-action, but we'll keep that in mind for moving forward.
Okay, do I really need to roll anything to just drop a crack grenade inside?
Right now, no. But we'll do it correctly after this.
Just remember that you're on the tank.
That's fine, I have a jump pack.
It doesn't use the 2 actions and a movement or an action. Like there's not like half actions or anything like that.
Guys, we got about 15 minutes before I close the session, so let's not get caught up too much on it.
So yeah, I'm gonna drop a frag grenade inside and then just leap off.
All right. It's going to explode. I know that's basically being Captain Obvious there, but
the damage is 14 plus 2 extra dice.
You may want to just spend some of our glory because we're at max.
For what though? I'm not making any tests.
You can do it for damage. You can turn glory right into damage.
You gain an extra d6 for every glory. I would use all 9, to be honest with you.
That would make a nice explosion. Yeah, let's do that, man. You want to roll like 96.
I don't want to use it all. We're gonna need it. There's a lot more than just this one big guy.
We've
Yeah,
got Wrath, it's fine.
Yeah, but
Glory disappears at the end of session.
Yep. And you're not gonna get more than one action, really.
Yeah, make the big boom.
make a boom so big it kills some of the orcs.
Yeah, but I don't want to make a boom so big it kills me.
You're a
Hey, well-
space marine. You shouldn't be worried about that.
Exactly. Yeah, and you wanted the Emperor's glorious avenging.
Since
Great
Space
chaplain.
Marines worry about their
Yeah, you're a
lives
chaplain,
over
okay.
killing Xenos.
They actually do worry about their lives because they don't want to waste their lives needlessly, and making an explosion that's bigger than it needs to be is definitely needless.
Okay, just use 6 then.
Okay,
6 is the most you can use anyway.
so it's going to be 14 base damage and then 8 extra dice.
And what AP?
2.
It should be only 6 extra dice, right?
Well,
You have
the
half extra dice naturally, and then spending 6 from.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so 2 extra damage.
7
Ooh.
extra damage, so that's going to be
21. Now here's the question though. Does, because it was dropped inside the tank, what does that do?
I will let you know in 1 second. I'm pulling up my profile. So, normal attack, you have to hit the defense, and then you compare against resilience, right?
Yeah, resilience and armor.
so 2 more damage.
Right.
Wait, but that's what he rolled right there.
So
Damage
everything-
with crack.
Everything is above resilience causes a wound, right?
Correct.
All right. So let's see, what's the total here?
What did you say? How many bonus did he get?
2 from crack grenades, 6 from glory.
Yeah, it did include your die. Because it says damage with crack grenade, and you got a exalted. So it's but you got the same result anyway.
Yeah.
So it's what?
21.
With AP -2.
Okay. The explosion goes off. A great bout of flame erupting from where this construct once stood. It hollows and shakes your companions below. Find it hard to stand on their feet, getting pushed as the very foundation of the sewage line starts to collapse above them. The effigy that was made out of this Lehman Russ is no more. But your newfound companions, whether they survived or not, is unknown. And that's where we'll draw the end of
We
this.
didn't even realize that might happen.
Oh, you guys are alive. I'm just being dramatic to close it out.
Oh, I know.
Oh, one more last thing. As it explodes, I scream, "For Sanguinius!" And that's my objective.
And actually, I'll add one more thing to it. Might as well. Using my ruin, one of the occupants within this construct emerges from the fires, screaming, "Oi! You kids tried to burn me with the... Oh!" And you see the hulking form of a knob rise out. And
You ruined my shiny ride!
Almost
Revenge!
bakes us in the tunnel, then destroys it on top of it.
And that'll be it. That's our introduction.
Works for me.
All right, so I mean, I was hoping to get to this combat sooner, but time's time.
Yay.
Look, we spent a lot of time in the shit sewer, okay?
You know, guys, this really reminds me of an occasion in the uplifting primer where they example how we're outnumbered by enemy forces.
Motherfucker.
Wow, look at
No
this guy.
shame.
Look at this guy.
Make a 10-minute speech in the middle of combat about the primer.
It'd
Well,
be like
you
one of
see
those
Chargement.
product placements.
I'm sorry, the primer says you die.
Alright, that's pretty cool. Our full first session will be next week. I'm hoping to actually memorize more of the rules set by then. Sorry if I botched anything up.
No, it was good. It was a good session.
No, man, everything will go along heaps quicker as we get to know each other. We get to know the rules. We settle into the campaign. It always takes a couple sessions.
I
So
see more sewers in our future. I have this feeling.
So what's everyone's overall opinion so far?
It's going pretty well.
I'm
ready to wreck it.
The Space Marine is crazy. That's my first thought.
Same.
I'm an
Obviously-
assault marine. What do you want?
But it makes sense.
And a
He's obviously
chaplain to
not-
boot.
He's obviously not
Chaplain.
used to thinking about normal humans in his calculations of what to do.
Yeah, and methane buildup as well.
Again, he's in the sealed suit of armor. He didn't even notice, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say from a role-playing perspective, I'm finding it very difficult with the wide variety of backgrounds we have here. Like, how is a normal member of the Imperium meant to interact with someone like a Space Marine?
In all.
Reverence.
I mean,
Yeah, but
basically-
doing all for a good 95% of your interactions doesn't necessarily make for interesting interactions, I guess.
Yeah.
I think the
I'm
all
concerned.
that's why at the very beginning I was like, save it. Just
I think
get on with it.
personally, the all should have just wiped away the moment you saw the Space Marine almost light you guys on fire. You're like, what a dick!
Not only that, but haven't you been on this planet fighting for like forever? You're probably pretty jaded at this point and may have already encountered Space Marines. The luster is likely worn off.
Yeah, it's sort of weird to roleplay that because we're all ascended. Like we're all like tier 3. So like we're all like similarly experienced and powerful, and I think our characters are probably cognizant of that on some level.
Yeah, we certainly know we're not your average, run-of-the-mill people at this point.
Well, if you turn to page 73 of your uplifting primer, it tells
Fuck.
But so seriously though, like we would not have done the sewer thing and actually gotten anywhere if your character wasn't involved. So I don't think you don't have a place. At least.
Oh no, it's not. It's not the mechanics of it. It's just I'm a lore junkie, and I find it.
Well, this is a very abnormal situation. This is not like showing up at a social function or like at a parade and there's all these Space Marines at far distance where you have to go like, wow, angels of death.
I mean, there's also me who's like a Castrican, stormtrooper. You don't always see those either.
I don't think a lot of people actually know what Kazarkin are. So
I actually
They're
chose
a
this
Canadian thing.
framework.
knock off Canadian stormtroopers.
I meant like on Armageddon, like they might have some idea what a Kazarkin is because Cadians have fought there so many times, but like in general, I don't think that many regular Imperials would know what a Kazarkin is.
That common?
I would assume because you're a sneaky stealth assassin. No.
Personally,
I mean, go ahead.
I said personally, I feel like this is a great framework to work with multiple archetypes of varying species and whatnot, due to the fact that it's really a simple you survive or you die situation. You don't have to socialize or even try to make it mesh. You're just working together because you have to. In the context of a lore setting, I think that works really well to justify kind of a mixed bag of group of people.
As
Yeah,
the
I
Space Marine said, screw the palliatives.
I mean, until they abandon you.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. It is a challenge.
It's a challenge for me to think of what a Solar will say in some of these situations, because I'm like, he's a professional soldier. He has a certain way of thinking, and then you have a tech priest, a Space Marine, commissar. It's this weird mishmash of the AdMech have
the fall and are just trying to get to safety and then be done with each other.
Little do they know that a certain asshole has plans against them.
Yes, fuck the GM. No, wait.
No, that asshole is one of the devotees. He's just like, oh, you let me in the rear guard, huh?
What you don't know is he's actually an Inquisitor.
I think it informs the scenario, like the framework we have going on now, and we're not supposed to be together. We wouldn't choose to be together. We wouldn't choose to fight with each other, and I think that's part of the interesting part of the role play is trying to figure out how to work and survive with a group that was never intended to be the group that they worked with. You know what I mean?
Actually, you guys could actually really play that up too and ham it up. In the Astartes, we wouldn't be this slow.
Although aside from the commissar and I can't remember who he is now.
Cold Steel.
The two people that
Yeah,
came down on
all
the
tech
plane.
priests look the same,
Besides those two guys, it's very possible the rest of us have just been working together for months. Not directly, maybe, but at least within each other's keeping a respectable distance. But you know what I mean?
Not even that, because Mess said, Bacon's commissar just was put with us, so he hasn't even really been with me that long.
I said the rest of us.
Oh.
I don't think we've been together for months necessarily. Like
I don't mean together as in a group. I mean working within the same building. I've seen you, or maybe you've seen somebody else in the group that's been killing orcs.
Well, so
you may not work with them directly, but you at least respect them in a professional capacity.
It would be perfectly fine for some people to set that up amongst themselves. I think that'd be really cool. For the part of the tech priest and the Skitari, we're from two different Titan legions, essentially. So we might have run into each other, but not in any long. We might have fought next to each other, but not hung out together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
I would think that this late into the Third War of Armageddon, that any novelty or serious concern that could have derived from encountering a severely different organization would probably have faded away, even if you've not encountered them before. It's just
probably
a normal thing now.
Cadriel
probably going to
isn't-
be a bit more like my lord with a Space Marine at first, I would think, but it's probably not going to be full ceremonies or every time.
Assuming we all.
I am not worthy. Not worthy.
Assuming we all survive the next things the Space Marine does.
I mean, the Space Marine is more character grenade, so I don't know how we're going to deal with that tank.
Let the
I have a
Skitari
plan.
and the tech priest handle.
I'm scared.
Arc rifles and arc pistols are really good at
Yeah,
GD.
arc time.
Oh, that's right. You guys have arc guns. Yay!
I wish I got to use more DACA on that tank this session, but alas.
We're going to round up the civilians and throw them under the treads, and then it will get stuck and stored, and then we can grenade.
What are you?
That's a legitimate Imperium tactic right there, though. Send the Penal Legion and let the tanks run over them.
Oh, the civilians are just going to eat supplies. The least they can do is die for the Emperor.
Well, I've read Helsreach, and the civilians didn't have a very good time of it, so.
Nah, 3 million of them died, so, yeah.
Only 3 million? That seems kind of low for 40k.
I mean,
there's 3 million guardsmen died.
Let me correct myself. It was 3 million in the last month.
That's better.
Alright, yeah, okay. Because those are some more Imperial numbers, Get those numbers up.
Yeah. Yeah. All in all, I had a good time.
Also, if I can get the opportunity next session to speak on that 10-kilometer Vox, I do have the bombardment talent.
Bacon? No, we are inside a hive.
Do you guys want to keep your campaign cards or draw new ones for next session?
I'll draw a new one.
Please let me keep mine.
Keep.
I'll let you guys draw a new one and swap it out if you wish to. But then starting on session 2, we'll be just switching them out regardless. Sound cool?
and no bacon, no bombardment. If we're inside a hive, it wouldn't reach us.
It doesn't have to be an orbital bombardment. It can be, a focused artillery strike or an aerial.
Bacon, we are inside a hive.
A dead hive, damn you. The hive is
Yes,
gone.
there are
Helsreach
still
is
walls
lost.
above us. Or a ceiling.
You get aircraft into the hive, right?
I mean, there's a hole in it now.
Yeah.
Don't we plug the hole?
How? No, you just brought more of it down.
Oh,
You made the hole higher. That's it.
we made it a few feet higher. Damn you, Humies!
I love that idea though. It's like, did we fill in the hole by making an explosion?
No.
It's not a cave. It was a wall.
We just knocked down those particular orcs and got like 3 more minutes.
It's okay. It's gonna get a lot worse. And by worse, I mean better.
Oh, Messiah.
Yep.
Have a look at the second card I just drew.
Let me take a look.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I can't read that one. Hold on.
I can make one of your plebeian mooks an NPC.
Absolutely.
okay. Remember to take the other card and discard it.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want with the mooks. They're there for amusement purposes only.
How do I discard this?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay, I could just discard it and draw it and get one wrath and draw a new
I'm
card.
just gonna put it on the
Oh.
board.
Did you get
Faith, Synapse, I want you to look at my new card really fast and realize how
I just got the same card again, amazingly, but with a different name.
Is this the one where you? Am I looking at the one where you execute people?
No, this is for Cyanine. I have
Where are you?
Well, at this point, we shall say goodbye to the stream and
Yep.
those who are watching. It's been a fun sesh.
Good night, stream.
How do you discard cards?
Bye bye.
Bye.
They should just let you